Podcast. So, welcome to everyone, and thanks for joining the Front Row Media Podcast. It's been a minute, but thank you for all of the loyal supporters, messages of love, affirmation, people just like wanting the podcast to come back. I've kind of like had to refigure like a lot of things, restructure a lot of things, and kind of also just prepare like for the new batch of content coming in. I'm in a new city as well. I'm in Joburg, and it kind of like also gives me a lot of like pleasure to introduce my next podcast guest, who's actually in Cape Town. But without further ado, I'll hand it over to her, and she can maybe just chat and let you know who she is, what they're about as well, and kind of like just maybe where they're from and what they do. So, Key, do you mind just maybe introducing yourself to the podcast and maybe just saying who you are, where you're from?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, of course. Hi, I'm K.Keed. I'm a female rapper,
Mm.
well, artist from Cape Town, specifically from Guguletu. I don't know if you know the hood Guguletu, but
Yeah.
it's in Cape Town. I grew up here, and that's where I started. I decided where I'm going to start my career, and that's where I've been since. Um, Basically that's me. Like that's what
Yeah.
I do. That's what I represent. I represent my hood, my city,
Yeah.
just in what I do.
So
Yeah.
wait, I didn't actually get. So how old are you? I actually never asked you. I know you're not supposed to ask a lady how old they are, but I mean, for podcast purposes, or you don't disclose.
No. I mean, like it doesn't really matter because it's like,
Yeah.
yo, everyone looks at me and just like, oh, you look young. So it's like, you
Oh,
already
yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah. I feel you. I get you.
I'm 20. I'm 20. I'm 20. I'm 20.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
20.
I kind of figured though. Like I kind of figured, yeah, like you was in that range. I don't really think that like that's like too like young or old. Like a lot of the people in like the local hip hop scene, especially like making shit pop, like are kind of like within that
uh-huh.
within that age bracket.
The
So
area, yeah.
yeah. So I think then maybe let's start from I know a lot of exciting like stuff is happening for you right now. And
Mm-hmm.
like it's crazy because I actually do know your music, follow your music. I've seen you perform,
Wow.
yeah, I've seen you perform
You
live.
see me
Yeah,
perform?
I've seen you perform live. Listen, like at
Where?
Prime, at
Where?
Prime, at Prime.
Oh.
Like the thing is, like shout out Alex. If
Yeah.
you're watching the shout out Alex, like I'm like the biggest. I was like the biggest supporter of Prime. Like when I was even staying in, still am. Like I even wrote about it, for Bubblegum.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's
Mm-hmm.
so I have
Oh
actually
yeah, bubblegum, yeah.
yeah. So I have actually seen you perform, and like it's crazy just seeing like where everything is for you right now. I know you have an album and everything coming up too. So I wanna just maybe let you speak about like where it all maybe like started. Just before we kind of like jump into all of that, like how did you even come
Mm-hmm.
across like the K.Keed moniker? Like what does it mean? Like, and how did you get into like music?
Oh, so you want the beginning?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure no one really even like asked you that. But I mean, before we even get to like the album, which of course
Mm-hmm.
we'll speak about in great detail, I want to kind of just understand like what you know what I'm saying, how you kind of like got into it, like even making music and like rapping, for example.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then I get it. I mean, where else are you gonna start? I
Yeah.
won't lie. I won't lie to you. Like
Mm.
you're gonna be. I have a feeling you're gonna be disappointed in the story, but
I
I'm gonna
don't think
tell you
so. I
anyways.
don't think so. I think everyone kind of has their unique one.
It's not as it's not as hyped as you think that it
Mine getting into
is.
fashion wasn't that hype at all.
I don't feel like it's that
Literally.
significant, but okay. Anyways,
Yeah,
so I think it was around like 2017.
sure.
I was kind of just doing my thing, just going to school, just being a regular me. Like
Sure.
K.Keed wasn't in the picture, non-existent, none of that,
Oh,
you know. So I just love music, like generally, like just anyone else, like just a normal person just loves music, and I was
yeah.
just really obsessed with music. There wasn't a day that I wouldn't go out
Oh,
without listening to music. Anyways, So now I had this one friend who was really like, had a different type of passion for music, you know. You get music lovers, but you get people who are just
On another,
deeply,
I feel you.
deeply invested in, you get me? So he was
100%.
those type of people. So I was like, yo, I just always got influenced by him because he used to put me on new music and all of that, you know. So he was one of my closest friends. So this one day he just pulled up with beats, right? Like
Yeah.
he just pulled up with beats and he was like, yo guys, I can write to this or on something, like I can rap to this. Like we usually just like he usually rap to this and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you know, that's sounding fire, you know.
Yeah.
So this one day he just pulled up and he just kind of challenged us and he was just like, yo, let's all write to this. Like I'm giving you guys this whatever amount that
Oh,
you
yeah.
need to take.
Group
Like it
challenge.
was just a challenge. Like it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a challenge. Yo, guys, we listen to music a lot. I mean, we listen to beats a lot. Why can't we write to those beats? You get me?
Yeah.
So we just back then we just download beats and he let us just like do whatever we want. So
Yeah.
that was the first time. Like I remember it exactly. This is the first time where I was like, oh wow, this is really a challenge where I have to sit down and write to this beat. It's not a
Were
thought
you
that's
good at it? Like from
been
on?
lingering. That's the thing though, like it was something that I never thought I could like, you know, fulfill. Like it was
Sure.
literally a thought that was non-existent in my head. Look, I just had a challenge telling me, okay, yo, I need to write this. But since then, I've always loved English and anything that's sort of
Literally.
sounding poetic or
I feel you.
anything like that has to do with, you know, related to poetry or just, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe I had that advantage because I loved it like initially,
Yeah.
but that was a challenge that I wasn't expecting. And I went home and I took about 30 minutes, I think, and I came back with a verse and
Yeah.
they were like, yo, this is hard. And I was like,
Yeah.
right now, if I was to listen to that verse, I know it wouldn't sound.
Yeah. It's so wild because you know one
But
of
back then I was in my bag.
yeah, one of the craziest things that I think I've noticed is I think also through the process of you listening to so much music, I think like you kind of learn cadence. You kind of learn like all these different ways. Like so
Mm-hmm.
when you actually rap for the first time, like you already have this like DNA of some sort that you're still
This,
figuring it out.
yeah,
But like you've listened to
yeah.
so many people like rap, like you kind of have picked up like a DNA, like how to tone your voice, like all of these things.
Mm.
So I'm pretty sure like when you kind of like unleash it for the first time, it was like, okay, cool, like what the fuck? Like where did I learn this shit from?
That's the thing though. That's the thing though. It's like when I had zero confidence, I had zero like belief in myself that I can really do this, you know,
Yeah,
whatever motivation that I had. It's just that like I never saw myself as, whoa, like I'm settling down and I'm actually pursuing this career. I never thought like I could be that person to do that. You get me?
yeah,
Like that's not where my mind was. Even like with just writing and just like I hear you with saying that I might have caught cadence or just learned a few tips along the way for me, just being a music lover. But generally, like genuinely, it's just that like I haven't mastered my sound until like 2019, 2020.
yeah,
That's when I've I thought I'd realize, yo, this is the sound that I think works for me and that works for people and that could benefit me into like, yo, I can create whatever I want to create because I've gotten into my bag where I know my sound, I know how to direct
yeah,
the song where our direction needs to go. You get me?
yeah,
So it's like back then, I won't lie to you.
yeah.
It might seem like I had the cadence and I had all of that. But for me to listen to what I did back then, I would cringe. I'd be like,
I can
oh, what am
imagine
I
this.
saying?
Yeah, yeah,
What am I saying? You get me? So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
But
Like, it might have seemed like that because maybe that's how maybe part of me had like a natural element that just resided towards music that just allowed me to have naturally fit on this or whatever. But deep inside, I had no confidence, whatever. I was just writing, thinking that I'm in my bag and just
yeah,
writing a lot, just
yeah,
practicing this new journey that I'm, taking. So I won't lie to you. I didn't have that much confidence where I started to compare to where I'm at right now. 100%. But I really don't regret where I'm at, like what I did.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I check just for your connection? Your connection's good. Né? It seems to be like dipping in and out on my end. Okay,
I won't lie to you. My connection is good, but it looks good, but
okay, away. We'll see though. We'll see. We'll just if it's a thing, we'll just fix it post edit though.
I'm afraid.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get a lot of like actual content in. We don't have to cut like a lot of stuff out. But cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I want to then so then I get the beginning and you figuring it out, right? When do you start rapping with like other people, or are you rapping with other people from the jump? Are you all learning together? So when I say other people, I mean like the ones you know to collaborate with. Because like me being like, so I'm not from Cape Town. I wasn't from Cape Town. I'm not from Joburg as well, right? So when I was playing in Cape Town though, like I kind of observed the scene from like an outsider first, if that makes sense. So I know like a lot of like the places and people, etc. But I uncovered it as I stayed. Started to notice, okay, cool, like Cape Town, like this is like the kind of like the music scene, the local hip hop scene here. Okay, cool, Deco, all of this. Okay, cool, like you that, look it up, this. You know what I'm saying? Like Orish that, 900 this. So like, where do you meet all of those people? Like, or are you like coming up with them and rapping together, or is it like this magic meeting which happens? It's like, okay, cool, guys, this is who we are, or how does that work? Okay, the connection just went. It's gone super bad now.
Oh yeah, no cap.
Your phrase even, yeah.
Damn, can you see me at all though?
Yeah, I think let's try to continue though. Hopefully we get the audio.
Okay. With that, honestly, I only met like all the people that you mentioned right now, like all the most famous, all well-known around Cape Town, all the artists. I only met them recently. I won't lie to you, because it's like when I started, I didn't really know all the other Cape Town artists that were also coming up in that era. You know, I was still young back then, still trying to figure out my way out, still just going through all these hurdles. I only met like Sam, Weaver, like Aviwe and Dequal, all of them recently, I'd say 2 years ago, if not 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It was when I started out, I just always had the mentality of, yo, I'm starting out alone. I didn't really have like a group or a bunch of people who could like, yo, all pushing the. I only just had like my friends that stayed in like the same street that I stayed. I mean, we started this shit together, but like with the people that you just mentioned, I met them recently. I think most of them, I met them through events. Maybe I was booked in that event and they were booked at the same time. Then that's when we connected. But I never really, I wasn't exposed to that side of Cape Town where it's like, there's a lot of artists. I wasn't exposed to that side until recently. And that's when I was like, wow, like there's a lot of talent here and there's a lot of people that I could really, really, really build relationships with and just, have a good time with and just make beautiful music with,
Got you. So you were kind of like a lone wolf coming up of sorts.
Yeah, I won't lie. I really was. I won't lie. I was.
Oh yeah. And then so how does it go for you, for example? Like I'm pretty sure you had some tough gigs. I'm pretty sure I have a lone wolf like in like so you're pretty young as well still. I'm pretty sure like at that time like it's crazy. Like how does, and you're like a female navigating the game, for example, like how, bro, like I'm even saying it out loud and me saying it out loud to myself, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, so how does that go for you?
Honestly, at that time, I was like obviously like younger and all of that, so I wasn't really like educated in that side, like in terms of music. Like, okay, yo, these people want to book me for this event and all of that. Like, I was entering like all these clubs at a young stage, just performing in all of them, in all these venues, whatever. It just created a different experience for me. Also, I'm like, yo, bro, like, I mean, obviously I had a lot of issues with me, obviously, because I was young and all of that, but I was on some like, yo, that's not going to stop me from doing what I have to do and chasing my dream. You get me?
I feel you. I feel you. And
Also,
then
I'm like, yeah, I won't lie to you. I've had a lot of flops in most of these events. I've had a lot of flops. Many people have tried to book me, and it wasn't successful in terms of just like the whole situation. And that time, it wasn't even anything deep because I was starting out. So it was like, you only just had to deal with the basic stuff, whatever. You get me? But I just had a lot of issues, like just getting to the venue, not being able to get in, not being taken seriously, you know, who are you? We've never heard of you, you know, just all those hurdles. I just had to overcome them, and, you know, so that was some of the issues that I just had to face and just
100%.
get through them, you know.
You have to, and like I think it's, especially at like at grassroots level, I think those are the kind of things which really like make you as an artist. Like I don't think any artist kind of like goes through like some trajectory where it's just good, it's just perfect, it's just whatever. Like it's
right, like
for me,
it can't be.
it's more trustworthy for me as well when I'm kind of like, because for me, when I'm able to follow an artist's journey, it's more intimate. So when I'm able to follow an artist's journey from like a point where they like weren't as good to a point where they're like the best, it's like the dopest thing. Like, it's like
right,
the
you're
mad
just
amount of
watching the
work.
whole come up crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
So let's quickly zoom in now in terms of like today, like present time. So now you're at a point where like your drop. So when this, hopefully when we can edit this in time so it drops, like that'll be crazy. That'll be like
on the day.
I will be like on some crazy. No promises though. Like hopefully, hopefully. I'm trying to do some shit here, man. Like, but like what I wanted to kind of like check is how are you feeling about that? Your album, Alter Ego's the title. That drops on Saturday, 26th. So what's the vibes, bruh? How you feel?
Okay. High key, I feel like a lot of people have been anticipating this whole project as an album, but for me, honestly, I don't even see that it's not an album in my terms. For me, I was creating like a project, whatever you want to call it, like a EP or mixtape or whatever. But for me, it's not. But I get why people would think it's an album because of the anticipation of some, yo, kid, you've had a good year. Now you're just releasing this whole project of, you know, I get it. It's not a big deal for me, but on some like where I'm at right now, like it's a new year and like I won't lie to you, 2021 was one of my like good years. Like, wow, like I achieved a lot that I never even, it wasn't even in my goals to achieve the stuff that I achieved, but I have, you know, it's been just a realization and something that you take back on something like, yo, wow, like just happened naturally. Nothing was forced. Nothing was, you know, I didn't have to, you know, it just did it on its own, like over just good music, just making good music and just collaborating with the artists that I collaborated with on some, like, I'm so grateful and I'm so happy to be be where I'm at right now, because now people have been anticipating Alter Ego that's gonna drop now on Friday midnight. Like from this good year that I had, this good run from 2021. I think I had a good run. I think so.
You had a
so it's
fucking
like,
good run.
now people.
You had a good run.
So people, so people are just like, yo, kid is gonna drop a project now after this good year that she just had. Like, on some, I like to just disclose right now from the project and me making a project. I'm so excited because it's like from the project from start to beginning, it's just It's just bad.
Yeah, it's fire.
And
I
I
believe
hope, like, I just hope that everybody just like sees it the way I saw it, because it's like, yo, people have been wanting this kid for so long. This is
Yeah,
the kid that hopped on Spaz. This is the kid that just took out Sorry Not Sorry and Slide. This is the kid that was hopping on every feature and just doing her best. You get me? So it's like, this is the
yeah.
kid that I'm delivering in the project. So I just
That's
hope.
crazy. That's crazy.
I just hope, and I believe it in my heart that
Yeah,
people just love it and just go crazy for me, because it's like, this project was coincidental, to be honest, because it wasn't something that I was planning, but
yeah,
it got into the plans because of how people reacted towards my music and the
yeah,
love that I was getting. I was like, wow, okay, this is amazing and I love it.
yeah.
So let me give people what they want. You get me?
I've got a couple of things I want to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, whoever told you, ever advised you, or I don't know if you're on your lone wolf business when you decided to make a project, that was the best advice they could have given you. Because like, that's like, dude, it's so crazy. I remember when you dropped Spaz. I first heard you on a song
From
because
size.
900. Nah, I heard you before that. 900's my cousin, dog. Like, that's no joke.
Oh,
And we was the bro,
yeah,
bro.
that's
Shout
my
out to that nigga.
blood right
Shout out to that
there.
nigga if you're watching this shit right now,
Shout out
bro.
to that
Like,
nigga for real.
exactly,
Yo,
bro.
homie, what a real nigga.
Yeah, so I'm homies with him, and I came across his stuff, and I listened to his music, and he posted a song which is on SoundCloud,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard,
Oh yeah, it's anyway.
yeah. I heard your feature on that, bro, and I was like, nah. I was like, nah, she's got something there. I don't know what it is, but like, there's something there, like, you know what I'm saying? But then you release
Yeah.
Spaz. And I remember I had this one homie, Wesley. Like, he went fucking nuts, dude, when he heard Spaz. Like, and I think out of all of your guys' verses like, all of the verses were dope. Like, when he heard your voice, like, he had the same feeling I had when I heard the Teeny Way. So I know that, for example, if you're delivering something like that, for example, over a serious amount of songs, like as you've said, and I pulled up the features. You've got Indigo Stella, you've got Blackie,
Yes,
you've got Deep
yes.
Water, you've got Simulation Raps, you've got Orish. Orish produced it. Shout out to him.
Yeah. Shout out to
That's
him for
crazy,
real.
dude. Like, that's it just feels so Cape Town as well for me. Like, it feels just like, I don't know, it feels refreshing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because your guys' whole vibe is super refreshing. So I don't know, I'm super excited to hear it. So you said Friday at midnight.
Yeah, Friday midnight. Yeah, on the 26th, exactly.
On the
On the
26th, exactly.
26th.
All right, fire. So I want to just maybe check one thing which I wanted to maybe hear from you is like kind of how you felt about your previous project. Because I went back and I kind of like went to see like, okay, cool, like how much music have you actually put out? Like, you know, like SoundCloud, and I saw like, for example, like you have been like making music, you know what I'm saying? You have been putting stuff out, you know? So have you felt like that's kind of like been what do you feel as if you've done differently this time around, for example, compared to
In
like
terms of the project.
because of the project? Yeah, like what do you feel as if like now is like what has changed compared to like the other stuff which you've put out?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So throughout like 2021, it's like I have put out like a lot of music, but not as in a project
Yeah,
whatever. Just been singles the whole
yeah,
time. Like even on SoundCloud, you see I released a lot of singles that are
yeah.
not even out on all platforms, but are just on SoundCloud.
Mm.
But regardless, with the last project that I dropped, which was Religion, okay, I'll give you a brief of it. Religion was just like me just showing an appreciation of music and having this gift on some, yo, I believe in everything else, but like I believe in music so much that it's like it's sort of a religion to me, because it's like something that you believe in and you have faith in, and you don't give up on it because you love it so much and you believe in it every day.
Yeah.
Every day you wake up, you just music. It becomes your religion, you get me? So that's what I kind of expressed. With religion, I was more experimental. Like I did different types of K.Keed. There was singy K.Keed, there was rappy K.Keed, there was jiggy K. There was just a lot, So I was just giving people that bits and pieces of me, just bits. I never gave them the whole thing though.
Yeah.
So with this project, Alter Ego, it's on some, the kid that you guys have been wanting from Spaz, from Slide, from all these features. Like I said previously, it's like, I won't lie to you, it's an exciting project. If you are sad right now, or if you're in the trenches, or you're just feeling whatever sad emotion that you're feeling, Alter Ego is gonna feel the opposite of that project. I'm like, it's so hyped. Like there's no sad song. It's just a happy project where I was having so much fun. First of all, second of all, I was like dignifying my sound to answer. I'm like, yo, this is K.Keed. This is how K.Keed can go hard. This is how K.Keed can get fun. Also, I'm showing my other side of me, my alter ego. That's more aggressive. That's more brave. That's more not afraid to just say whatever they want in a track because it's who they are. You get me?
Yeah.
So I'm showing that side of Kid where that's like a different side to originally my original persona. You get me? So it's like, I'm giving people my alter ego because that's what they've been experiencing from all these bits and pieces they've been hearing from me. So now you don't have to hear the bits and pieces. You're hearing the full project, where I present you K.Keed, you get me? With my different types of personas in each song, telling a different story or telling a different, perspective of my life, you get me?
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like is different from my previous project to what I'm gonna release like soon.
Yeah, I really fuck with the whole idea of like alter ego, different personas. What would you say are those personas? Maybe like for you, if you can share.
Okay, I'll show you. I'll give you an example. So for like, okay. Let's separate K.Keed. Me, when I just entered high school, okay, I was Mihlali because that's my name, my government name. I'm Mihlali, and I'm just this kid from Cooks who is just, trying to figure her way out, So the minute I started rapping, it's like, yo, bro, it started as something that I never thought I would do. It turned to a passion, which is crazy for me because it's like, yo, it hit me so randomly over a challenge, you get me? So it's so I was on something, yo, like K.Keed, alter ego, like on some Mihlali is this type of person who entered high school, who is as a person, close people and friends who really know that I'm a very shy person. I don't really like the spotlight like that. I'm really just in my shell and just like my environment to myself, I just don't like to, I don't like being around people that much. Whereas compared to K.Keed, this alter ego of mine who is just, yo, I'm K.Keed. I'm that female rapper. I'm the one who's breaking all the boundaries. I'm the one who's just hopping on these tracks aggressively, differently to oppositely to whoever's dropping. I'm just out here trying to find my sound, trying to find my way. I'm just brave. I'm risky. Like, I'm very aggressive. If you hear my sounds that I've been taking out, they're very direct. And, very in your face. So it's just like, it's a very opposite personality from who I am as I grew up and all of that, I feel like it just came and it just developed as I was finding my way throughout the rap career. Because originally, I started out aggressive. Like from my, if you know me, and where I started from my SoundCloud song, well, yo, they were crazy. I was just going hard. It's like, I was going hard because I had something to prove, because I knew deep down inside I was something different and I was a completely different experience from what people have been seeing out there. I'm a totally different vibe, you get me? So that's why basically you get me, like from this project, what has changed and what I've developed into, and the difference between my personality as a normal human being, as being Mihlali, compared to being K.Keed, you get me?
How did you
I don't know
know?
if you get me, but yeah.
100%, 100%. That was like a perfect description, actually. Like more than
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
So I get it. How did you nurture the aggression? Like, how did you? Because I feel as if the aggression is something that you still have, and the aggression is kind of like, I don't know. I just feel as if like when you get on a track, you're hungry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like whenever you get on a track, that's why, for example, like whenever you're rapping against a lot of these niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it becomes like, I think it's super hard for a lot of them to also keep up, because like you're going at like you're going at such a fast pace, like, and you know what I'm saying? And like you're and everything, and you've nurtured the aggression. So well, how did you nurture the aggression? Is that maybe like what time does? Like, or what?
It's crazy though, it's crazy. I don't feel like I even nurtured the aggression. I feel like the aggression was there naturally to like, based on the person who I was developing into, you get me? Just experiencing, just going through life stuff, just even the hood, my environment that I'm around, the people that I'm around. I won't lie to you, that had a lot of effect on me, because my environment and the people that I'm around affected me, because obviously, like, I'm going to start talking differently. I'm going to start telling different stories from what used to, because it's like my influences, you get me?
Yeah.
So so I'm just like, the aggression was building up onto like from when I started rapping on something, okay, I went hard. So it's like, there's no reason for me to go hard in the first time, now the second time, and now I must dumb it down. No, I have to go harder from that. From every verse, from every song, I know that I have to top it. If I don't top it, then I know that I didn't do my best. You get me?
Yeah.
I'm a person who likes to challenge himself,
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe I bring that type and a bit of aggression in my songs and in my sound, just for people to hear that, whatever I'm making is a statement. So you need to hear what I'm saying, and you take that message and you need to remember, you get me? So that statement is just in your face. So I like stuff, I like music that's just in your face. That way you have no choice, you can't ignore it.
Yeah.
You have to. If it's all in your face and you're hearing it and it's booming, you're bound to hear it. So it's like,
you literally can't.
You get me? Exactly. So I just have that goal inside my head. It's like, I know you don't know me, and it's the first time I'm presenting my music or I'm performing for you. It's just that I know, but at the end of the day, you're gonna remember my name because I delivered what I had to do. And I feel like that aggression is just a hungry side of me that's just like, I'm from the hood, and it's like, a lot of people from the hood don't really believe in this music stuff. It's like, all they know is 9 to 5 and just doing, street stuff, or you know how it is, hustling. So it's like, when I pull up on some, bro, I pull up in aggressive. I'm just like, I really want it with my like whole life. I really do want this. I'm so aggressive because it's like, I might not have another opportunity or another choice, so I have to do what I have to do. You get me? So I feel like that's where the bit of aggression comes through, because it's like, I'm very direct and I know what I want and I know where I'm aiming for. So that's what I feel like.
It's essentially like driven by like passion, basically, more than anything.
Yeah, basically that's where my aggression like stems from. Passion, a lot of passion.
Yeah. I want to, maybe before we end off, I want to get a couple, like maybe understand a couple of things, or maybe ask a couple of things. And I think the one which it's kind of like something which came up in my mind, like when you were speaking. And I don't think I actually asked you. It's your musical influences. Because one thing that I kind of like, one thing that I noticed off the onset actually was, I don't know, like you're very like, you're very punk, you know what I'm saying? Or like I think now with aggression and all that stuff aside, like just from like aesthetic to like sound and like, I don't know, like how you go about things, just the energy you give. it gives off like super like
Yeah.
it borders the lines. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't like as much as they say, for example, you rap so much and you're so good at rapping, like kind of like your style and everything. It doesn't seem to stay within just rap. It kind of like borders the lines outside of that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot
Yeah.
of different things. So I wanted to get like what do you listen to basically? What influence from a like an other people like or whatever perspective like who like you are like you know
It's crazy. Like I won't even lie to you. It's like from your perspective, like all that you've just said right now is all just like a shock to me because it's like, yo, you don't have no idea because I listen to all different type of genres. Like if you were to go to my like playlist right now and look at my music, you'd be like, hey boo, kid, what's going on? You know,
not surprising for me though. I'm not
listening to
surprised.
this type of music.
I'm literally not surprised at all. I'm like,
I won't lie to you. That's what I'm saying though. Even when I started like just pursuing music, initially I never wanted to rap. Initially, I was just listening to music and appreciating music as it is, whether it comes in the genre, whether it comes in the genre. Good music is good music. I won't deny it because I'm gonna let my judgment stand in the way. No, bro. If the music is good, just give it a chance. You get me? So that's why I say I won't lie to you. I don't listen to any specific type of music. Maybe I have dominant genres that might influence me, like obviously hip hop, R&B. Like I listen to pop, I listen to electronic, I listen to I promise you, alternative, I listen to everything. Like I won't lie to you. You can check my Apple Music right now. I listen to everything. It's like you never know where inspiration can lie, bro. It's like you like listening to, let's say, whatever Tupac song, thinking that it's gonna make you gain knowledge and make you rap better. No, what if like a old R&B or soul or like pop songs gonna influence you to have this concept? You get me? It's like I don't rely on any inspiration. I tend to make inspiration myself on something like, yo, okay, I might have gotten this influence like sound from this type of person and just got inspired for me to just pursue this now. Yes. But in terms of like getting like someone there to idolize, yo, you are the person that made me. I don't have that, I won't lie, because I get day-to-day experiences that influence me to make music or whatever music that I'm going to be pursuing that day. Because like can have an encounter that day with whoever it is and it might influence me, or I might just be having a chill day and just having inspiration give me. I don't really have people to put up there for me. Just be like, yo, you've been the main person that has inspired me to, I won't lie to you. I don't have that person for me, but I do have influences from a lot of artists out there that just be like, yo, okay, I like what you did here. Maybe I might just put that element in my music, but I don't really have people that I put up there. There's a lot of great artists here, but I like to create inspiration myself and just draw out that influence from every type of music that I listen to, draw out all those different elements and just put it in my music and make it my own sound. You get me? I don't know if you get me, but yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think so. That's the one thing I wanted to get in. The other one, well, I think maybe so I think maybe the last two things I can kind of merge them into one. From like what you've gone through, like in your kind of like your period in the industry, for example, like what kind of like advice, for example, or would you maybe, for example, offer like or impart on maybe someone who like who's also, let's say, for example, like a young femme within like the music industry, trying to kind of like make a name for themselves, an MC, artist, or you know what I'm saying, producer, anything within that space. Just someone, for example, who's just young, navigating very similar things which you did also, and trying to get to the point where they view you at like right now. What would you just
honestly?
what do you think?
what I'd say, honestly, for me, I'd be like, yo, whatever you're doing creatively, either making music, making clothes, whatever, making art,
Yeah.
or whatever it is that you're doing creatively, just if you have a gut feeling about it, like a gut, like I'm talking about that gut feeling that's just like telling you, yo, kid, chase this dream. That's the first one. Like, yo, chase it like this. You will never do wrong with this trying out stuff and experiencing, like trying. You get me? But I'm on some like also it's like if you have an idea, act on it quick, fast. Like I'm talking about you have an idea, make it happen, make it become your vision, make it become your goal, make it be just your main objective, make it become, because ideas are the new gold. I'll tell you that ideas are essential. Because ideas are raw and they just come from a pure place of creativity. You get me? So I'm on some like, if you have an idea to start this, or even an idea to do this, do it, bro. What do you have to lose? It's an idea. Go for it. The worst you can do is, you get me, like act on your ideas, never hold back. I mean, it's like, why are you holding back for? What do you have to lose? You haven't made a name for yourself, and you're just throwing out an idea and you want to pursue it. What can you lose? And you can lose an idea, yes, and wake up the next day and create another idea. And I'm on some like, just like whatever you do, just make sure that you're happy with it. You as a creative who wants the best for yourself and just wants to put your best work out there for the public, and just make sure that you're happy with it. You get me? Because it's like, make sure you're happy with it and you're proud of it, and you actually just supporting and you want to do it. You get me? There's nothing more upsetting than just being a creative and just letting your stuff out there without being happy with it. It's like, it tells me a lot about your brand and you as a person. You get me? It's like, bro, don't do what you don't want to do. It's a waste of time.
And it shows.
And it's just,
shows.
you
like,
get me? You get me? It will show throughout your work. You know, just your work comes first, your brand comes first, and you as a person, you come first. You know, just take care of that and take care of your brand and chase your ideas. And if you have pure intentions, I'm sure you're gonna have the purest way up. You get me? If you have pure intentions as a person and you work hard and you're really a true believer, you know, that's kind of the messages. I gave more than one message. I hope people can just relate and they can just get me, because it's like, there's a lot of creatives out there that are probably going through the same thing, and I just want them to know that, yo, I understand where you're coming from. We all get each other. Let's just try to help each other out and just try to inspire each other out. You get me? There's nothing great than inspiration.
100%. And I think actually, even before, like one thing that I forgot to even mention, because I thought about now, like about one of like the closing questions, and I was like, what are you looking forward to, like personally, like, you know, like within the year, like going forward? And I remembered, oh fuck, like you're actually performing at Prime, right? On the 27th with Lucas Raps, right? Girl, you're doing a lot. A lot. Yeah. So yeah, just before, like, how are you feeling about that? Like, how are you literally feeling about that? Like, that's you perform with Lucas Raps. Like, that is not us. That is not. And you're performing at Prime. You're performing at, I'm saying, the location. Like, so that and what else are you looking forward to, like, within like the year from that, let's say, going forward, album coming out?
I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
Right now, like, I'm looking forward to the Friday, like, where I drop at midnight. I'm looking forward to the week. I'm looking forward to the gig that I have at Prime with Lucas Raps. I'm on some like, for me, I didn't even know that Lucas Rap was gonna be on the lineup, like until I saw the lineup, to be honest. So I was just like, I wasn't really sure, like, yo, I didn't even know this, but he's on some gang, you know. I was just, my excitement just raised from, You get me? It just went to a whole nother level on some like, yo, okay, wow, like we're really pushing this and we're really doing it, you get me?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm really excited for the music that I'm gonna drop and for people to hear it and experience that that whole world of mine that I just dropped and everything.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for the collabs also. And I'm just excited for, like, I can't reveal much, man. I wish I could. Like, I can't reveal the plans. I can't reveal the plans.
We're gonna live it. We're gonna live it with you and experience it with you. That's the thing. That's
basically.
That's the crazy thing.
You know?
But yeah, dude, like, thank you so much for availing the time. I know you're busy on tour right now. But
yeah.
like, and this is it's literally like what, like 25 to 11 right now.
It's crazy, right? And we still made it. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Good luck for the album release, the album drop. I'm keen to listen. I'm keen to hear it. Like, as like, you know, like
I hope
as a fan, as a supporter first. I'm keen to listen.
I need you to tell me your favorite song. I'm gonna ask you. Okay, let's say.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna ask you Saturday. Saturday, I'm gonna randomly text you and be like, "What's your favorite song from the project?"
I'm gonna tell you.
I need you to be ready. I need you to be ready for that.
That's when because if everything goes well, Saturday's party bus. If everything goes well, like we plan that premiered on on the Saturday. But I would of course have listened to when it drops on midnight. But I'll let you know. Dude, you've got a lot of features there, a lot of exciting ones.
I do have a lot of exciting features.
Yeah. And I know I'm just keen to hear you on these features. You know what I'm saying? Like you a heavyweight, bro. You like a Rottweiler sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you like a Rottweiler. So I'm like, yo, I'm seeing a song with you and Blackie there. And I'm like, yo, Blackie I saw on Instagram, Blackie's going on tour with like Earth Gang, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Which is like so insane. But I know you too. You're on your Rottweiler stuff. So I'm keen to hear stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's super lit. Like, so thanks for
I won't lie to
you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure for having me, man. Even when I hit you up, I genuinely just wanted to do this from the bottom of my heart. I was just like, yo, why not? I mean, I've seen your podcast around. I won't lie. And then also George mentioned you a lot, so I was like, yo, fire. Then it's like, I mean, it's only best if we support each other. So it's like
100%. Like this. I think like I kind of like wanted to I've always want to shoot more regularly than I should. It's just that
you should.
me changing cities. It's kind of like it kind of like meant that I kind of had to refigure things out also. And you know how like life works and everything.
I get you.
Yeah,
I
but
get
like,
you fully.
I'm always excited. Like when you hit me up, I was like, you know what? This is like the energy that let's figure this out. I figured it out. And I'm glad that you came on. Good luck for the album, and we will check. I'll let you know what my favorite track is.
Please, I'm gonna just know that. I'm gonna be ready with that question.
Yeah.
On Saturday, when I hit you up anytime, just be ready.
I know for a fact. I already have a feeling what my favorite track will be, but I'm not gonna tell you that.
Don't say anything.
I don't just profile me.
Don't say anything.
I'm gonna be like, yo. And I'm a different nigga, so I'll pull up with the one which niggas don't say. So everyone's like, I like that one. I'll pull up with the other one. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? That bar you said, bro. You know, I felt that. You know? So yeah.
Like that.
But we'll chat then. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to the FRM podcast.
Amazing.
This is season 1, episode 9. And we will be back again very, very soon. But Keed, we will chat again. Keep doing the thing.
Of course.
And thanks again. Good luck.
Thanks to you too, man. Enjoy the night. Pleasure having me.